Challenge your brain with these mind-bending logic riddles. Can you solve each one in under 5 seconds? Test your lateral thinking skills and see if you can uncover the hidden answers in each scenario. Whether it's tricky situations involving clever stylists, mysterious patches of grass, or crafty daughters outsmarting fate, these riddles will keep you guessing. Are you ready to unlock your creative thinking? Watch now and put your IQ to the test with Xian Tham IQ puzzles. Peripheral thinking questions 1. 2 fathers and 2 sons went fishing, and each caught a fish. Why are there only 3 fish? They are a grandfather, a father, and a son. Peripheral thinking questions 2. There is a 3-story house. But why is there no staircase? It's a single-story house. Peripheral thinking questions 3. The tortoise won the race against the hare. How did it happen? They were in different races. Peripheral thinking questions 4. How can you pick an apple from a tall tree without climbing? Wait for it to fall or shake the tree. Peripheral thinking questions 5. What kind of river has no water? A river on a map. Peripheral thinking questions 6. When can the clock and the sun appear together in the sky? During the day when the moon hasn't set. Peripheral thinking questions 7. What has a circle with no end? A ring or a circle? Peripheral thinking questions 8. There are 3 rooms, 1 with water, 1 with fire, and 1 sealed with no doors. Which room should you go into to escape? The 3rd room, completely sealed, meaning you can't enter. Peripheral thinking questions 9. How can you turn water into ice without freezing it? Pour it from a low height or let it solidify. Peripheral thinking questions 10. 3 people stand in line and are all correct. How? Each person stands in a different spot, so they are all right relative to each other. Peripheral thinking questions 11. Which glass can hold nothing? A glass with a hole. Peripheral thinking questions 12. Which bird cannot fly? Penguin. Peripheral thinking questions 13. How can you pour wine from a bottle without holding it? By using a straw or tipping an open bottle. Peripheral thinking questions 14. Which animal lives underwater but isn't a fish? Coral. Peripheral thinking questions 15. Whose money is it if 2 people split it equally? They are sharing or exchanging money with each other. Peripheral thinking question 16. How can you check a light bulb in a sealed room from outside? Turn one switch on, wait, turn it off, turn on another switch, then enter and feel for warmth. Peripheral thinking question 17. A sealed room has no way out. How do you escape? Stop imagining the room. Peripheral thinking questions 18. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? The chicken evolved from its ancestor before modern chickens existed. Peripheral thinking questions 19. What kind of water is underwater but isn't actually water? A reflection underwater. Peripheral thinking questions 20. What kind of key can't open a door? A key to the heart or memory. Peripheral thinking questions 21. Which bird can't fly but is found in books? The owl, commonly found in literature. Peripheral thinking questions 22. What creature is never full? Fire. Peripheral thinking questions 23. What kind of rain doesn't get anyone wet? Meteor shower. Peripheral thinking questions 24. Why do two parallel lines meet? Train tracks seem to meet at the horizon. Peripheral thinking questions 25. What do blind people have that the sighted don't? Darkness. Peripheral thinking questions 26. Where is there day but no night? The Arctic and Antarctic in summer. Peripheral thinking questions 27. Which country has a red and white flag but isn't Japan? Indonesia, Switzerland, or Poland? Peripheral thinking questions 28. Why doesn't an apple that falls hit the ground? It hasn't fallen yet, it's still on the tree. Peripheral thinking questions 29. What bridge isn't real? A rainbow. Peripheral thinking questions 30. Which room has no doors, yet you can enter? A bathroom or public phone booth. Peripheral thinking questions 31. What does everyone have but can't see? Their shadow. Peripheral thinking questions 32. Why do some people marry but don't live together? They are monks or nuns, symbolic marriage. Peripheral thinking questions 33. Which animal has green hair? Some types of parrots. Peripheral thinking questions 34. What kind of water can't be drunk? Sea water or tears? Peripheral thinking questions 35. How can a car move without a driver? It's remote controlled. Peripheral thinking questions 36. How can a deaf person hear someone else? By using sign language to hear. Peripheral thinking questions 37. What type of road can't be walked on? A lifeline or a line on paper? Peripheral thinking questions 38. Which table has no chairs? A chessboard, a palm hand, a study desk, an abacus. Peripheral thinking questions 39. 4 people went out, but only 3 returned. Why? One took a different route back. Peripheral thinking questions 40. Why doesn't someone pick up money they see falling? It's on a screen. Peripheral thinking questions 41. What kind of waterfall has no water? Not real. A sunlight or wind waterfall. Peripheral thinking questions 42. What kind of book is open but no one reads? A map laid open. Peripheral thinking questions 43. Which animal has no feathers but is still called feathered? Fish. In Vietnamese, there's a term feathered fish for scales. Peripheral thinking questions 44. Opened, it lets in the sun, but it stays dark inside. What is it? Sunglasses. Peripheral thinking questions 45. What kind of fruit isn't edible? A ball. Peripheral thinking questions 46. Which door can't anyone pass through? A window. Peripheral thinking questions 47. What's 3 but still 1? The 3 aspects of a person: body, soul, and mind. Peripheral thinking questions 48. Which house has no residents? The houses in a deck of cards: hearts, diamonds. Peripheral thinking questions 49. What never ages? Time. Peripheral thinking questions 50. How can you travel the world without transportation? Using the internet or reading books about the world. Peripheral thinking questions 51. Which tree never falls? A lamppost. Peripheral thinking questions 52. Which chicken never lays eggs? A rooster. Peripheral thinking questions 53. Which table can't anyone rest their feet on? A keyboard. Peripheral thinking questions 54. Which animal never sleeps? Fish. Peripheral thinking questions 55. How can two people have the same name but not be siblings? They have the same name but aren't related. Peripheral thinking questions 56. What kind of water can't be drunk but keeps people alive? Tears. Peripheral thinking questions 57. How can you make something disappear without touching it? By moving or using light to hide it. Peripheral thinking questions 58. Which bridge can't be crossed? A rainbow. Peripheral thinking questions 59. What gets wet but can make things dry? A towel. Peripheral thinking questions 60. What can you keep but can't hold? Time.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.